Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA Veteran David Castillo. David, how are you?
Doing great.
David, you got a fight coming up November 1st at Elite Fight Night 20. How's training been going for the fight?
It's been going real well. Just excited to get back in there after having so much time off.
Mm-hmm. Now, was today the last day of hard training, or will more hard training be done maybe tomorrow or early next week?
Just tomorrow will be the last hard conditioning session, and then basically just tone it down and just focus on the weight, which I don't really have much weight to cut either, since this fight is the catch weight of 180. So basically just making sure I'm in shape, and then I'm just going to rest my body, eat some good food, and be ready to go.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Just curious, why 180? Why such a heavy weight class? I mean, the last time we saw you in action, you were fighting at 155. Why this catch weight at 180?
Well, at 155 it's possible for me, but it's a huge cut that is very uncomfortable and was actually getting pretty hard on my body. Mm-hmm. So after my surgery in February, I just decided to move up to 170, and so originally this fight was scheduled at 170, and then I've gone through a couple opponents that have dropped out, and so on 3 weeks' notice, this guy decided to take the fight. His name's Sadaf Parker, mm-hmm. and but he couldn't make 170 in a 3-week time, so took the fight at 180.
Mm-hmm. So the plan moving forward is to fight at welterweight?
Yes, sir. I'll be fighting at 170. From now on, the only way I would ever cut to 55 again is if the UFC gave me an opportunity to fight on their promotion. Otherwise, it's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm. I see. Now, you were supposed to have a fight against Kurt Southern, I believe in February for MFC. That fight ended up getting canceled. The press release that they gave the media saying that the fight was canceled, they said that you withdrew from the fight due to unknown reasons, but I did some digging and I found out that you had a neck injury. Was that the surgery you were referring to? You had neck surgery?
Yeah, I had a double spine fusion in my cervical vertebrae on February 12th. Had 2 disc herniations that were herniating backwards into my spinal cord and was at risk of paralysis, so something I had to take care of right away.
How exactly did this injury take place, or was it, just a built up over a long period of time, and it just, maybe you suffered it a long time ago, didn't notice, and then it kept getting worse and worse? How exactly did the injury come about?
Just over time, man. Right. In the past, I've always been a hard-nosed, hard-working grinder, basically in the gym. The gym that I come from, and that basically ran my whole career through up until this point, at Elite Performance under Jeremy Horn. Right. It's a tough camp. We go hard. Every day's a fight in there, and I was always cool with that, and it seemed to add up. Mm-hmm. I fought, let's see, in just under 5 years, I fought 22 professional fights. Trained hard. I was full-time as a fighter for probably 3.5 to 4 years of that time, and just was training hard, but not necessarily training smart. And so that's kind of what I've changed is my approach to training. I was always more tough and physical as a fighter, and now I'm trying to merge into being more cerebral and intelligent with my training and also my fight style.
Mm-hmm. In addition to your fighting, you also have a business that you run. Just curious, what exactly is your business? What exactly is the second job that you work?
Well, at the time of my injury, I was fighting full-time. That's all I was doing. And then there was a possibility that I wouldn't fight again due to the injury.
Right.
So, I have a wife. At the time I had a baby on the way in just a couple months, and I have another son. And so I have family responsibilities, and fighting was how I was, taking care of my family. So the sport's brutal, man. Once you get hurt, money, fight money stops, sponsorship money stops. It's almost like everything you did is kind of forgotten. And so I just had to push forward and be resilient. And so I started a business called KO Carpet Cleaning. And I've been pushing hard to make this company successful so that I could do what my true passion is, and that's being in the gym, training and fighting.
Now, you fight out of Jeremy Horn's Elite Performance. Just curious, there was a rumor maybe back in March that the gym was looking to merge with another gym or several other gyms. I don't really know the whole story, but there was something about how Elite Performance was having financial problems and they were looking to link up with another gym. The gym that kept popping up was Pit Elevated, that maybe there was going to be a merger between Elite Performance and Pit Elevated. Just curious, do you know anything about this? Was there ever, something true to this rumor? Was there ever a possibility that Jeremy Horn's gym was going to merge with another gym?
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
That's only a question that he could answer.
Okay.
With me starting my new business, I was commuting an hour each way to go to Elite Performance and train under Jeremy Horn. And once I started the business, it took up a lot of my time, and so it made it unrealistic for me to be able to commute anymore to Elite. So I have now cut ties with Elite Performance. I still consider Jeremy a great teacher and one of my mentors, but I've moved and am now training at a few different gyms just a little bit north of Salt Lake City.
What are the names of these gyms that you train at, and also who are some of the people that are working with you?
I train I do all my MMA training at a gym called One Hit MMA, and I wrestle at another gym called Kingdom Club, and I do my jiu-jitsu at a gym called Blackout under Ben Call. And so I had trouble finding a gym up north that was as complete as Elite Performance, so I kind of had to switch it up and kind of just roam around a little bit and find specialty training at each of these camps that kind of were better at one thing than another. And so I put together a pretty good camp. I got good guys I'm working with, and I feel like mentally and physically I'm kind of on a different level than I was before my injury, so we'll see how it plays out in this fight. This fight's not, my opponent's not, he's perfect for this. He's a perfect opponent for this fight. He's tough, but he's not world class. It's going to give me an opportunity to get back in there, get a year's worth of rust off, and then after I win this fight, I'll be looking forward to going up and just run this contract with MFC. I still got a 4-fight deal with them. If everything goes as planned, I should fight on January 31st up there on the main card in live TV. And it's been one of my goals for a long time is to fight live on national TV. And so when that happens, it'll be exciting.
Just curious, how much momentum do you think has been lost over this year layoff, and considering the last time you were in action was a loss, because there was a time where you were on a roll, had a great win streak going, you were finishing guys left and right, but now you've been out for a year. How much momentum do you feel has been lost, or do you think that it would be very easy to come back if you're able to get a big win coming up on November 1st?
You know what? Actually, I don't think I lost any momentum. I think at first it felt like it was a devastating blow to my life. But now, all the things that have happened and the people who have come in and out of my life and the things that I've done, it actually feels like it was what I needed. My body's rested and healthy. My mind is rested and healthy. You know, I'm bigger and stronger than I've been in years. Probably the biggest and strongest and healthiest I've been since I started fighting. And I just think that I just kind of needed to take that breath of fresh air, and looking forward to get back at it. And you know, in the past I was always doing it for the money, doing it for my family. I always had the pressure of having to win because I needed that win bonus, and I had to take fights even when I was hurt, or even when I didn't want to or didn't feel like I wanted to. You know, I had to take them anyway because I needed that check. Well, now I got this business, and it's my main source of income. So now I'm fighting because I love it, not because I have to. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be a good way for me to display my passion for the sport and to move forward without any kind of pressure. You know, I'm not doing it for the money, so I don't necessarily have to win. I want to win, and that's my goal. But I don't have that pressure anymore behind me. So I think I'm more dangerous than I've ever been at this point.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned your contract with MFC. You said that you have 4 fights with them. This fight, did you have to go to them and get, you know, clearance or permission to take this fight, or was it something where they kind of said, hey, you know what, you've been out for a long time, go find a fight, get a win, and then we'll continue on with this 4-fight deal you got? You know, how exactly did this fight for November 1st come together?
Well, I know that you interviewed Jason South for his fight when they were fought for the title.
Right.
Originally, while I was talking to Pavlich, I was going to fight on October 4th up there, and things didn't work out. I think Pavlich was looking more in interest of giving me a year between my surgery and my actual fight date up in Canada. So, yeah, he just kind of said, you know, we'll probably won't use you till January, so go ahead, go take a fight if you want to, and then we'll talk about January when the time comes. So I'm assuming I'm going to win this fight, and once I do, then we'll talk, and you'll probably see me out there in January.
So is that the plan, obviously, to get a win here on November 1st, and then, you know, keep doing your business, you know, you're making money outside of fighting, you know, keep doing that, and then January will be your next fight if you're able to get this win on November 1st? Is that kind of the plan?
That's what I'm planning on, so right. We'll just see what happens, you know?
David, last question. On November 1st, how do you defeat Sade Parker?
Man. I think I can beat him anywhere, really. I don't really plan what I'm going to do when I go into fights. I try to stay well-rounded. You know, in the past year, I've gotten so much better at wrestling. I feel like I can dictate where the fight's going to go. My striking has always been strong and is stronger now than it was. And at Blackout, we've been working hard on my jits, and my top game's gotten a lot stronger. Up from the bottom, I can sweep and get up easily. So I'm ready for whatever, man. I'm just gonna go to work, and I'm gonna keep working. And if the finish comes, then great. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna keep grinding. And I feel like that's gonna be the winning factor in this fight, is that I'm going to outgrind him. I'm in better shape than him. I'm going to make him tired. I'm going to make him feel anxiety. And he's just not going to be able to hang. So you can expect anything, you know? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to finish him. I just know that I'm going to win. I don't care if it's a decision or a finish. Of course, I always go for the finish. You know, 14 of my 16 wins are all finishes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight hard. I'm going to bring the pressure and the pain, and we'll see what the outcome is.
David, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
As far as my sponsors go, you know, Rockwell's been with me and supporting me for a long time. Rockwell Watches. Also, Jay's Tire Pros and Bountiful. they've been a big support of mine. And Damage Plan MMA clothing, real nice clothing brand that's been with me for a while now. Stuck through it, through the injury and everything. Took care of me, so I appreciate them. And One Hit MMA, Blackout Jiu-Jitsu, Kingdom Club Wrestling. Shout out to Jeremy Horn and Elite Performance. I still love those guys. I love Jeremy. He's been a big part of my life, my career. He built my foundation in this sport, and I always have that with me, so I really appreciate that. And to the fans, just welcome me back when you see me. Enjoy the fight. Keep following my career and show me some love. I always got lots of love for the fans. I like to put on a good show. I feed off of their energy, and if you want to support any of my sponsors or myself, just go to my website, davidcastillomma.com, and there's hyperlinks from all the logos to the pages of my sponsors, and you can find everything there. So that's it. Ready to go, ready to fight, feel great.
David, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck November 1st at Elite Fight Night 20 against Sadeh Parker.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the interview.